Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to take a look at the cat. No, we're going to look at more than just Nina. Nina is just hanging out here with me in the Diecast Museum, as we are going to be doing a little bit of a repair on some outstanding issues, namely with some M2 and Greenlight vehicles that have just been sitting in the Salvage Yard area. There's a couple, 2 or 3 cars are just too far gone to be bothered repairing, so those are just going to get put away. But these vehicles here need some little dabs of super glue, and I'm finally going to get around to doing that. And also, we're going to take a look at some really cool trucks from Series 43, Wal Mart exclusives of the M2 Haulers series. We've got 2 out of the 3 haulers, the very best 2, I might add. And we're going to look at those trucks loose out of the packaging after we do a little bit of a glue. I should probably add that I am no expert when it comes to gluing little cars, especially with parts so small. However, it is the evening, and for that reason, this is good, because normally in the morning I'm too caffeinated to keep my hands from jittering, and I'm not going to be able to get these little tiny parts glued onto these cars with any real success. Probably just going to make a huge mess. There's a slightly less chance of making a huge mess by doing this in the evening. So, without further ado, let's get into a little bit of a glue. Projects ranging from finicky on the difficulty level. That's reattaching the plow to this old Ford truck. There's really not much to attach the plow to, and as you can see, I have tried to glue it once before without lasting success. Hopefully this Saya Fix Super Glue, which sets in about 15 to 30 seconds, will do a better job than just the regular glue that I was using before. We've got easy stuff like this little bumper that's just kind of loose, needs a pin glued. This truck has one of the dually wheels has popped off, so we're going to have to glue that one back on. That should be pretty easy. The Chevy G20 competition cams van has its ladder and spare tire both not glued onto the vehicle right from the factory. This one appears to have quite a bit of cool stuff attached, and that is a van that we're going to be able to put side by side, hopefully with the glued van in just a moment here. And we've got the old wagon here, just needs a bumper attached. The National Lampoon Vacation Wagon. And 3 Dodge Daytonas, all missing their spoilers. Very delicate. You can see I've glued these before as well, or they were glued. Some have pins sheared off in the holes. Others have nothing left in the holes. Well, this one's probably going to be easiest because the spoiler still has 1 of the 2 pins. Anyways, I'm happy and excited to get these cars finally fixed so I can put them back out in the museum and get them off of the diorama so we can continue on. Okay, so we got to just kind of put this little cap on here. That's going to puncture the, I heard that puncture, the little tin foil cap. And we're going to just do a little test here, get a little bit of glue going. I see there's like a little piece of plastic on there. I wonder if that was supposed to be there. That could make a bit of a mess, actually. These are the elements involved in doing hobby work. There we go. That should do. I also need my reading glasses, I just realized, because my vision up close is not what it used to be. Well, let's just put those on. All right, so I said I was going to start with something simple. Let's do that. Let's start with the truck. And as yet, I need to put some glue down, make sure this is going to work. Squeezing. Squeezing. Still squeezing. Still squeezing. Oh, there we go. There's some glue. Well, let's just start with a spoiler then, actually, because we've got a nice little dab of glue just sitting there. So we're just going to get some glue. Ooh, it's stringy glue. That means you could lay the strings of glue right across the paint of the cars if you're not careful. We must be careful. This thing doesn't have any pins, so this is going to be... And you can't play around with it. You got to get it on there and just leave it alone, because this is super glue. So I'm going to endeavor to leave it alone We'll keep it within sight of the camera to watch it fall apart. Let's try it. That was probably the most difficult of the Daytonas to glue. And also this probably little wad of glue on the cardboard's not going to last forever. But I feel like less is more when it comes to these spoilers. If you put on a whole bunch of glue, then it's liable to make a big old mess. Don't want that. So, onwards and upwards with the gluing process. I know you guys probably just want to see the new trucks, and so do I. But I'm kind of doing this to reward myself with looking at the new hauler set of trucks here by finally completing this menial task of repairing all these cars. I think that's going to actually turn out okay. I don't know if I've been doing much in the way of the video showing of what's going on here. This truck is definitely going to pose a challenge. So I'm just going to put those cars over there for now. Hopefully I don't bump them. This one should be pretty easy. Looks like we'll just slam some glue right into the hub. Kind of like that. This is going to be pretty hidden, so we can definitely go, get out of there, glue string. I don't want glue strings all over my tire. My toyer. Alright, maybe tweezers would help here too. I don't know. We don't have tweezers right now, so this is just going to have to do. Let's try and get that dually wheel on. I'm just going to hold it for about, 10 seconds. 9, 8. Okay, I've got impatient. Oh yeah, that's some strong glue. I'm just going to leave that. Next up, this is probably going to be pretty easy. National Lampoon Vacation bumper still has its pins. So I think here we're just going to put a little dab right on the metal of the bumper. And I'm not too worried about the glue string here because hopefully it'll be all hidden. Now put the bumper on upside down. No, don't do that. Oh, see, too much glue. Darn it. Too much glue. Probably shouldn't play with it, but oh no. Okay, well, that's not as bad. Just kind of scraped at the edge of the knife. Yeah, you don't want to put too much glue on the cars because that's just not going to look good. So leave it. Oh, whoa. Okay, just park it. Park it. Clean the knife with a piece of paper towel. And we got this super easy fix here. So maybe not quite as much glue. And there we go. Uh-oh, got a big string again. And, oh, there is no pin on this one. Oh, once again. Oh, well. I'm being so fussy here, but really, it is just M2 after all. These vehicles often have factory blobs of glue all in the wrong spots. So we're trying not to get too fussy about that. Just gonna park that over there. Clean the knife again. Definitely saving that truck for last. This is really not taking that long at all. Surprised I've left all these projects here to stay so long. So I think we'll start with the spare tire in this case. This is going to be the easier thing to glue on than that ladder. And we'll just put a nice little dollop of glue right on the spindle of this spare wheel. And that doesn't seem to matter which way it goes on, so just plop. Realistically, I probably should just do the ladder in a 2-stage thing, but we're going to do it all. Ah, see? I knew it. More glue. More glue. I don't know if more glue is going to really help here, but probably just need to rest the van nose down while the glue takes a few seconds to kind of adhere. Just park it right over there on top of the wagon. Like so. Okay, so I think we'll get this plow going next, I suppose. This is going to be really difficult because there's actually like a piece missing. Quite a few little pieces of shrapnel, plastic shrapnel missing on the bottom here. There's not much to attach it to, so we're just going to wing it. Wing it with some glue on those little bits. Don't want to leave it for too long because the glue is setting up as we speak. And let's see, something like that. Yeah, something like that. I'm going to hold it for a few seconds. It's probably all it really needs. That looks pretty good, actually, if it stays. I mean, this is not intended for play at this point. Can we lean it there without it everything falling over? Ah! It fell over just as I knew it would. Well, I think that this tire should be good to go now, given that this is the 15-second fast glue. Hopefully. So let's just put some dabs on. Get this ladder done. There's so much glue left in here. This is going to be a waste that I can't save it for a future product. But then again, the package did come with 4 little tubes of this. I think it was about $10 on Amazon. So if you're doing anything of the sort. Oh, my fat fingers are all in the way. Oh, I'm going to glue the ladder right to my finger. Yep. Wonderful. Okay, tweezers would definitely have been helpful right about now. I don't even really know which way. Okay, I do have it right. Just luckily I had the other van still in the haulers package to reference how this glues on. So I wasn't sure which was the top and which was the bottom of the ladder for a second there. So very little bit of glue. Kind of holding that on. I think I got the ladder on rather crooked. I don't even know where it's supposed to actually attach to. But, you know, hopefully that will do. Hopefully that will do, because I don't know what else to do. Just leave them like that. And the project is finally done. The rest of the vehicles, well, this car came from the Greenlight packaging without the bumper at all. So there's nothing I can do with this car except turn it into a junkyard derby car. And this truck, I don't even know what happened to all its parts. It's missing a door, the axles. Well, it looks like the axles are in there, but I've taken it all apart. So spare wheel. Definitely use the wheels elsewhere. So I think I'm just going to put that in the junk pile as well. Clear the table. And this last car, Greenlight, I think has definitely seen better days. It's just been all taken apart. More than likely to make a demolition derby tinfoil car with at one point. But there's no engine, there's no wheels, so I'm just going to put that away. And finally, I've cleared the diorama completely of all those project vehicles that were there. And now on with the show, the exciting part of the show. I guess I don't need these anymore. Let's take a look at these M2 hauler sets. Wal Mart exclusives. Picked these up today. Was quite happy about that. Did not expect to find those, but you know, and I only go to Walmart about once a month now. Typically because I don't expect to find anything, but when I do find something that once a month, it makes it feel all the more worthwhile. So we're going to get the tools out. We're going to get these trucks out on the table and just a quick look at them. May look at them again in a future video alongside some other square body trucks that have already been released that are in my collection. But we'll take a good little in-depth look at these awesome 73 Chevy Cheyennes. We've got Super 30, Super 30 4x4, and the van. And we've got a couple dualies here. One last look at the packaging for the Chevy pickups. Series 43, we've got the 1973 Chevy Cheyenne Super 30. Here we have the two-door with dually rear axle. And we've got the crew cab, four-door, also with a dually rear axle. So both trucks are the same. They have the same front grille. And over here, we've got a 1973 Chevy Cheyenne Super 30 4x4. So this one's the 4x4. You can see the front drive shaft on this truck versus, well, these ones are stock ride height, so we won't know until we get them off the base. But yeah, 4x4, very nicely detailed by M2 Machines with that front drive shaft. Very customized truck here. With a major general square body on the driver's side door. And, well, we're going to see it outside the package here. Just like to look at it in the package as well. We've got the matching Chevy van, G10 4x4 van. Very customized. It's a 1971. Matching. What does this one say on the door? Briggen G van. Briggen. Okay, must be late. I'm not making the connection here, but that's the packaging. Which one do you want to open up first? Well, I can tell you which one's going to get opened up first, and that's this one. So, well, actually, we'll just get them both ready to open up for a speedy video review. And this is how I open them so I can save the packaging without tearing anything. Usually works pretty well, most of the time. And what a big unit. These are running $29 Canadian at the Wal Mart. I often break the tabs on these things I open. Let's see if I can not do that this time. I just get so impatient with them. Come on. Come on. There we go. The trick is once you get one side loose, you gotta wiggle the other one free. Yeah, because if you just go and pry on it, they just snap the tabs right off. And I don't know, if you want to save it, that's not the best thing to do. Nice and shiny straight out of the box. I mean, I'll have my little microfiber rag nearby so that we can kind of clean it up a little bit, but very, very nice truck. That's probably going to be the thumbnail for this video, even though most of the video was gluing little parts onto M2s and a few Greenlights. Either way, check these out. So cool. I might even just leave these on the base for now so that we can revisit them alongside a whole bunch of my other crew cab Chevy Cheyenne trucks by M2 in its own video. Certainly, I really want to pick up all the ones I've missed out on, but that's just not going to happen because they're expensive, and like I said, eBay costs, that's pretty much where you got to get them. It's just too much. Just can't do it, so I'll just appreciate what I have. What are these limited to anyways? 9,600. There are 250 chases. Imagine how much those would be worth. Just looking this up on eBay, even though these are currently being sold in the stores, you know, the cheapest I could see them for in my area was pretty much double what I paid. So a 200% markup for those that manage to get to the store before I do or before someone else does. Snap them up from the Walmart shelves, turn around and sell them on eBay for 200% plus 200% of actual shipping costs, plus PayPal takes their cut and everything else. And by the time you're all said and done, you pay about 400 to 500% of what these things retail for at the store. Meaning, you know, when you see them in the store and you get to pick them up, be thankful, be happy. Of course you are, like I was today, very happy to be able to pick these up in the wild and not have to pay crazy prices. Not that you have to pay, because like I said, I just choose not to pay anymore. I'm just not going to buy them if I can't find them. Pretty much that's how it's going to be going forwards. Maybe not, I shouldn't say that like 100%. There's going to be vehicles I'm just going to have to get. But, you know, I've already started to cut back on how much stuff I collect because realistically, I am at the, you know, kind of the breaking point of having too many vehicles in my collection to the point where I can't really display them all, show them all. And still in the first house here where there is limited room, although I am making room in many ways. That's a whole nother story. These trucks also don't fit on the Plano shelves, so that's a whole kind of chore to figure out where to show them so that you can see them. And well, let's go for a little jaunt into the rest of the museum and see. Well, I'll show you where are we going to put these trucks. All right, so I didn't get them off the base. I'm just too tired. It's getting late. Anyways, I've got this one shelf here in the rest of the Diecast Museum where I can park a lot of vehicles. And at times I have filled this shelf before, moved all of the vehicles into drawer systems down below. Well, there's also other things in there, a lot of Lego, but a lot of the larger vehicles that aren't displayed anymore, like all the newer Dodge Rams and other large Greenlight M2 sort of vehicles, that's where they ended up. But we're just going to kind of skim around here. Don't have the most ideal lighting set up just right at the moment, but look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So clearing off tables here, making room. So we've got a bit of a project going on here in the rest of the Diecast Museum basement. Things are happening. Just seems like very slowly, but it just is what it is. When I have filled half of my house over the last 17 years with toys, this is just the nature of how it's going to be. It's going to be a little bit of a chore to get things changed. But I'm up to the task. And still collecting, obviously, just with a little bit more refinement. A little bit less moolah, just being blown at exorbitant rates on toys that just fill every nook and cranny. We can't have that any further. Collecting. It's got to be fun. You don't want it to become a form of torture, which is what the Lego has done to me. Oh my goodness, the Lego. Anyways, making things happen here. That's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you're after any of those trucks, happy hunting. And if you have any vehicles you need to fix with some glue, well, now you know crazy glue is the way to go.